Hello everyone, welcome back to my craft room. Today I'm going to make a card using the Come Sail Away suite. And as you can see, this is the inspiration page in the catalogue. There's lots of lovely designs in here. And I'm using this one as my inspiration today. So I've already done some die cutting and I'm using this die, which you can see makes these lovely fronds. And I've also used the one for the anchor. Couldn't think what it was called, the anchor. So let me show you what I've done so far. So I've cut out two of the fronds, and this one is in shaded spruce and this one is in granny apple green, and I thought they would just set the design off nicely. Now what I've also done is I've cut a little frame. Now I bet you're thinking, gosh, she got that nice and straight. Well, I actually used a new die to do it, and let me show it you in the catalogue. And it's this one here, and it's called the Heirloom Frame Dies, and you get a rectangle one and you get an oval, and as part of the pack you also get some embossing folders which create a lovely pattern onto your frames. Well, I'm using the rectangle one today, but I'm not using the embossing folder that comes with it. So this is the frame, and I don't know whether you can see it, but I've actually put it through an embossing folder called, there it is, it's called High Seas. Can you see? I don't know whether you can see it. If I put a piece of paper behind it, you might be able to see it a bit better. There you go. Can you see? It's got waves on it, look, which is really, really nice and fits this suite beautifully. So I just ran the frame that I die cut through that folder, and now I'm going to make a card using that. So I've already stamped an anchor. Now I'll take this off just to show it to you in its entirety. A lovely anchor, and I've stamped this in Night of Navy, and then I've die cut this out using the dies from the suite. Let me just show you the... So I've shown you the anchor, and these are all of the dies that you get in the pack, and there's a huge amount in here. And we're going to, I've also used this one, and I'll show you that in a moment. So anyway, let's get on and make our card. Now I'm making a card that measures 150 centimetres by 150 centimetres. And this is a piece of Whisper White that measures 140 centimetres by 140 centimetres, and I've put this through an embossing folder called the Subtles embossing folder. Now what I've done is I've cut a piece of designer series paper, and that will just go behind the little aperture in the die cut. So let me show you what my plan is. This is going to go on here, and then this one, I think what I'll do is I'm going to put that in place, because otherwise it's going to be difficult to put the next bits on. So I'm just going to put some glue at the bottom, really, so that fits on there like that. Good, that's in place. Then I've got this granny apple green one, and what I thought I'd do is I'd kind of put it behind it a bit, like so. So I'll put some glue on the front of my die cut just to put it in place. Lovely. Then I think what I'll do is I'm going to put some glue on my little frame. Whoops. I'm just checking that I've got that nice and straight, and I have. Good. Now I've got that piece in, I can put a little bit of glue behind the fronds because I know where they're going to have something to stick to now, just to keep them in place, like so. I'll put one little bit of glue on that end there. I'm kind of making an underwater scene is what it's meant to be. And then I'm going to bring in my anchor, and I've cut a piece of baker's twine, which I'm going to thread through there. I need something to poke it through with. Oops. That was a bit of a fiddle, wasn't it? Okay. And I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to use some mini dots to put it on with. And I've got somewhere, I die cut a little steering wheel, and I think I'm going to put that down there and then that on the top of it, I think. So let's put some glue on here. I don't know if you can see it, but even though it was a die that was doing the cutting, it's also embossed the wheel, which is lovely. So now I'm going to put my anchor over the top, and I've got glue on my fingers, so everything's sticking to my fingers. So let's It's just going to sit on there, lovely. think I'll cut a little bit of that twine off. Don't need all of that. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my card together. So let's just clear up a little bit. As you can see from this card, I like lots of white space on my cards, and this fulfills that need to have white space. So now I'm going to just pop that in the middle, I think, and I'm going to put that up with some big dimensionals. Here we go. I'm just going to put two more in the middle there. Better safe than sorry is what I say. Right, let's get this level. And then this can sit just on there like so. Oops, not quite level. There we go. Lovely. Oh, still a bit wonky. That's better. Great. So there we go. There's a card made using the Come Sail Away Designer Series paper, the dies and the stamp set. I will do a blog post for this card and I'll let you know all the supplies that I've used. Thank you very much. Bye.